Today is Thursday, June 4th. Welcome to this edition of Nevada County Now. Today's episode, we're talking protests, campgrounds, COVID update, and more. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Nevada County Now. I'm your host, Cole Pettit. Our top story tonight: the senseless killing of George Floyd on May 25th has sparked outrage and protests across the country. Our community has participated in these protests as well, with several taking place over the last few days. The most consistent one seems to be at Sutton and Brunswick, each day beginning at 4 p.m. We went down there yesterday afternoon to film the event and talk with a few participants.
So I've been a member of the community for literally the day I was born. I was born and raised here. I've been going to a lot of protests in the Sacramento area, most likely because they're black-led. And I kind of missed the memo of, hey, our community is predominantly white. I shouldn't let our community be silent because they lack a diversity. And so I, as a person of color, this is not my movement, but I heard that white people weren't going to chant. And that's not a protest, it's just sign holding, at least in my opinion. And so I thought, all right, I'm gonna take the mic, I'm gonna do some chants that's race neutral, and start a protest. We're not here to sit in the comfort of silence. I appreciate the thought, but we're here to make noise. We're here to lead a movement. Grass Valley, Nevada County, we're gonna be part of that, whether we like it or not. Change is coming. This is a revolution, this is a rebellion, and that's why I'm out here. Yeah.
My friend's grandmother, Lakota. Not until the 70s, most tribal nations weren't allowed by this government to speak their own language. The Lakota grandmother of my friend's had her tongue cut with a razor blade every time she talked her own language. This has been going on for too long. Check out Operation Paperclip. We're no better than the rest. Look at the people in Yemen. We support the Saudis. They abuse people right and left. We need to look at ourselves and stop fascism. Fascism is tyranny and racism and socioeconomic slavery. Thank you, sweetheart.
I went to high school here, and especially in the last couple of years, racism was predominant during my senior year. Being called racial slurs, just being the only brown kid in class type of thing. So when discussions of racism did happen, everyone looked to me, and it felt, one, like I'm being pointed out as like the minority in the classroom. I already know it, don't need to point me out for it. But it felt a little scary at sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But I did my best to deal with it. I was only 17, 18, barely becoming an adult. I didn't know how to use my words correctly. But now I'm 20, I feel like I've grown up into the woman I'm meant to become. And I'm not gonna stay silent anymore. Silence is complicity, and I'm not about to stay complicit.
My main time of active protest was back in the tail end of the 60s. So anyway.
Do you see this as a big problem in our community, or is this just general support for everybody across the country?
I think that there is perhaps a need to heighten awareness across all communities and just try to show solidarity and compassion to people all across the country and the world. And just the sign I put together is basically because to me the whole idea of patriotism has been co-opted.
The end goal is for Black people to stop dying at the hands of police. But I understand that might take some time. I'm not this optimistic type of person. I'm a realist. I understand that it's not going to happen with a flick of a thumb and stuff like that. I hope to see more people of color run for office so we can have our voices heard. Everything in America is predominantly white, the population, who runs it, who writes our laws. And there can't be laws to protect colored people if there's no colored people in office, especially black or indigenous people.
Is there anything else that you'd like people to know?
Listen to your black and colored community. There's not a lot of us, so when we are speaking, amplify our voices. That's my best case scenario. Listen, learn, educate yourself, and amplify the voices of colors.
So I'm from Bakersfield, California, and I'm working here in the medical field. Was about ready to get me something to eat. I had no idea you guys were protesting. Touching my heart. It really does. I didn't know. So I just happened to turn the corner and I seen it. So.
What does it mean to you that people are willing to do this?
Freedom. And there is a change. It has changed. Having a white mother and a black father, it's been hard growing up. But this right here shows me that it has changed. It's changing. Even though it did happen, it's changing. I mean, it's touching.
Is there anything else we can do or anything else that we should know to try to help as best we can?
You guys are doing good. This means a lot. This really does. And you guys are peaceful. You guys are not tearing stuff up. But people do have to realize, I know a lot of people are against people tearing things up and looting and whatnot, and I am too, but you have to realize where they came from. It's been over 60 years. We've been peaceful, you know? So, I mean, you can only poke a bear so much, and then it's going to attack, and that's what's going on. And this was just a totally different, it was just a totally different murder. It really was. And to me, it was like, what happened, the way they did it, was like they hung a black man without the tree being there. That's how I feel. But, yeah, this is good.
Thank you for talking with us.
You're welcome.
Thanks for talking with us. Again, if you're interested in joining these peaceful protesters, they're meeting every day at the corner of Sutton and Brunswick at 4 p.m. Nevada County Public Health now lists a total of 49 laboratory-confirmed cases of COVID-19, an increase of 1 since yesterday. There are still only 6 active cases at the moment. This additional case is also listed in eastern Nevada County, bringing the total to 37 cases in eastern county and 12 in western Nevada County. The Wild and Scenic Film Festival online event scheduled for tomorrow night has been postponed. It had been scheduled to present Foodie Films Night in partnership with Briar Patch Co-op this Friday, June 5th. In a statement, they said, in light of recent events and the important national conversation and activism happening around racial justice, focusing on the stories of those populations that have been systematically marginalized and disenfranchised is essential. Although there is a wonderful selection of films curated for our food-themed program, we would like to focus our efforts right now on standing in solidarity with Black, Indigenous, and people of color communities. Because of this, the decision has been made to postpone this event. All tickets, including the Briar Patch dinner packages, will remain valid for the rescheduled event. Please feel free to reach out to them at support@wildandscenicfilmfestival.org with any questions or concerns. They ask that you visit them on social media on Facebook at Wild and Scenic Films or Instagram at Wild and Scenic Film Festival, where they will be sharing stories and information from voices of color in an attempt to help amplify melanated voices, and state that they remain committed to learning and transforming their festival and themselves. The county's temporary food facility car hop event will be taking place this weekend for the second time. This week they are using the event to celebrate Nevada County students and completion of the 2020 school year. In a statement, they said, Nevada County is proud to bring together the community and celebrate our students through Nevada County Environmental Health's upcoming Car Hop event from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Eric Rood Center this Saturday. To show support for all Nevada County students in our community, the first 300 students will receive a free bag of kettle corn. Students and families celebrating the completion of the 2020 school year can decorate their cars to celebrate safely under current COVID-19 guidelines. All attendees will remain in their vehicles. Tickets for the first 300 students will be distributed upon entry to the Car Hop event and exchanged at the California Gold Kettle Corn booth. Entry for both the Car Hop and the Kettle Corn for students will be off Cement Hill Road. However, the student line for kettle corn will be separate and to the left of where the Car Hop attendees will go to the right. If students and families want to grab food from the Car Hop after getting their free kettle corn, they can get back in the Car Hop line via the Cement Hill entrance. This weekend's event will feature food from Tacos Herrera, Sundance Catering, Sierra Savory's Bento Boxes, Calico's Hawaiian Kitchen, Sherry's Ice Cream, and California Gold Kettle Corn. All attendees will remain in their vehicles, customers will drive up, park, and the Car Hop vendor will come to your vehicle and take your order. Applications are open to food vendors looking to participate at mynevadacounty.com/carhop signup. The Tahoe National Forest released an update on campgrounds this morning. The list on screen is the campgrounds that are currently open. There are still many campgrounds that are currently closed. The Forest Service said, closing any site for any reason is not an action we take lightly, but protecting our visitors and employees remains our highest priority. We are working with our state and local partners to determine the best path forward to safely reopen all campgrounds. Reservations have also been temporarily canceled for these closed campgrounds through June 19th. If any of these campgrounds open before June 19th, your reservation will be honored and camping will be available. If these campgrounds do not open before your reservation date, you will be refunded. For a full list of closed campgrounds, visit the Tahoe National Forest Service on social media. We'll leave you this evening with some more shots of the peaceful protest in our community. Remember, stay safe, take care of each other, and we'll see you tomorrow.